My name is Sheila Corona. Welcome to Sassy Seer Sheila and New Light Streaming Love, as this will be seen on both channels. This is the 55th in the RZN Codex series entitled Creation Without Ego by Jason Gray. This transmission was written on 12/21/2025. RZN-ARC-CR8.01 post authorship / post identity layer. The fundamental error: confusing creation with selfhood. The oldest mistake in human expression was not arrogance. It was misattribution. Humans began to believe that creation originates in the self. This belief emerged when survival required visibility, contribution required permission, value required recognition, and obscurity felt like erasure. Creation became fused with identity because identity needed proof. Ego did not invent creation. Ego attached itself to it. Ego as a protective interface, not a villain. Ego is not evil. It is an interface layer that formed when direct participation in reality became unsafe. Ego exists to negotiate status, secure resources, prevent disappearance, and signal value. When survival depends on recognition, ego must speak loudly. Creation became ego's loudest signal. How creation was hijacked by survival. Once ego fused with creation, expression was no longer free. Creation was forced to perform multiple survival tasks at once: prove intelligence, prove worth, prove uniqueness, secure livelihood, build legacy, and resist death. No act of making could remain pure under that weight. Creation bent toward market demand, audience expectation, ideological signaling, trend compliance, and brand coherence. This is how expression collapsed into output. The myth of the creator as source. The overlay elevated the creator as an isolated origin point. This served power structures by isolating creators, encouraging competition, enforcing hierarchy, monetizing authorship, and gatekeeping legitimacy. The quote, genius myth turned creation into a scarce resource. In truth, creation is ambient. What was scarce was permission to participate without punishment. Why originality collapsed? Originality did not die because humans lost imagination. Originality, it died because risk became expensive. When failure meant financial collapse, obscurity meant invisibility, and deviation meant exclusion, then creation optimized for safety. Ego demanded predictability. Novelty shrank. The return removes the need for self-assertion. The returned world does not suppress ego. It removes the conditions that require it. When survival is not performative, worth is intrinsic. Contribution is distributed, and recognition is not currency. Ego relaxes. When ego relaxes, creation reverts to its original function. Creation as response, not expression. Creation without ego does not ask, "What do I want to say?" It asks, "What is needed?" This is a radical inversion. Creation becomes situational, responsive, functional, contextual, and relational. The creator listens more than asserts. Listening as the primary creative act. In ego-free creation, listening precedes making. Listening to context, imbalance, inefficiency, suffering, opportunity, and beauty. The work emerges as reply, not declaration. This is why ego-free creation often feels inevitable rather than impressive. Failure without identity damage. When creation is not identity, failure loses its teeth. Failure becomes feedback, information, and calibration. No collapse follows. This unlocks experimentation, iteration, quiet revision, and long-term thinking. Fear no longer edits imagination. Work without self-extraction. Under the overlay, work extracted the self. People were drained, optimized, branded, measured, and depleted. In the returned world, work becomes bounded contribution. People offer what they can sustain when it is needed and without depletion. Burnout becomes structurally impossible. Art without performance. Art no longer performs for legitimacy. It does not ask to be seen, to be validated, or to be explained. Art becomes quiet, ephemeral, utilitarian, and situational. Some art disappears after use. This is not failure, it is completion. The end of creative hierarchy. Without ego, hierarchy collapses. There is no, quote, real artist, quote, important thinker, or, quote, genius class. There is only fit, function, timing, and coherence. Value is situational, not absolute. Collaboration without credit war. Ego-free creation allows true collaboration. Ideas are not defended. Credit is not hoarded. Authorship is fluid. The work improves because no one protects territory, no one performs dominance, and no one fears erasure. The best idea survives. Teaching as facilitation, not authority. Knowledge transmission changes form. Teachers do not perform certainty. They create conditions for clarity. Learning becomes participatory, adaptive, nonlinear, and curiosity driven. Authority dissolves into competence, creation without time panic. Ego fed on urgency. Deadlines were weaponized. Relevance was fleeting. Obsolescence was feared. In the returned world, time expands. Relevance stabilizes and creation ripens. Nothing is rushed. Things are made when ready. The death of legacy hunger. Legacy was ego's insurance policy against death. People created to be remembered. In the returned world, continuity is felt, not feared. People stop asking, will this outlive me? They ask, does this serve now? Impact replaces immortality. The quiet creators. The most powerful creators are often unseen. They repair systems, optimize flows, stabilize structures, reduce friction, and restore coherence. They do not sign their work. Creation becomes infrastructure, not spectacle. The psychology of the egoless creator. Without ego, creators experience calm focus, deep patience, flexible identity, low defensiveness, and sustained curiosity. They are not driven. They are available. The transformation. When ego leaves creation, art stops screaming. Wait a minute. Yeah, when ego leaves, creation art stops screaming. Work stops extracting. Innovation stabilizes. Collaboration deepens and quality rises. Pardon me. Creation returns to what it always was, a response to life offered without self-claim. The law of creation. Creation does not exist to express who you are. It exists to meet what is. The returned world does not eliminate creativity. It liberates it from survival. When creation no longer serves ego, it becomes one of the quiet engines that keeps the world coherent. And now, here at the end, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lines of code. I think this is mathematic code. So, as with almost all of these RZN codecs, I highly recommend that you go to the description box directly beneath this video and click it or copy and paste it into your browser and then search by the name, the title, and take a look at this if you feel so drawn. Until we meet again, my friends. Be well.